Hello basically. Today I'm doing a tutorial on how to animate a gun firing basically. So what I'm going to be doing right here is going into here. Let me try to put on some music. Oh, that's bad. Here, this is in. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a gun firing animation for this. So what I'm going to be doing here is kind of setting up the gun for being ready for a firing animation. So I have the cartridge right here. Right there, I think. Safety switch. Done right there. The only thing I'm just going to go into here is going to go into maximize this. Go into caps lock. And I'm going to actually select this. Caps lock. Go into here. And just select this right here and move that right about there. Actually, I might end up moving that right about there because it's going to tilt over right there. Go caps lock right there to unselect that. And I hit caps lock to move the origin point of this gun. So you can actually move the origin point of the different guns, I think, by using the caps lock. So now I'm just going to go into trigger and just go into caps lock and kind of move that right about there. Because this is going to be going down like that too, like that. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to see that move like that too as well. And now what I'm going to be doing too as well is I'm going to be going into handle right here. The handle is going to be left like that, the way it is. But what I'm going to be doing is just going into caps lock and just kind of moving the handle part right here. Like that. Caps lock. And this allows for the gun to be rotated like this. Like that. But actually I'm going to go into here and go caps lock and just move this instead. I want to actually do that to the target of the gun like that. So that's what we would do right there, I think. And then like if we wanted to rotate this, it rotates like that. So when we're doing the firing test, it goes like that. So that's one of the things we do right there, I think. So what else? The shell release. We're just going to keep that like that. Safety switch, the cartridge. Shell release, barrel. Maybe, I guess we could move this. Maybe move this like... Move this right about right here. and just hit caps. For when this is moving like that, kind of like that, and moves more like that. And you see how the gun fires like that, so it moves like that. So that's one of the things we can do right there, I think. So we're done at the barrel. So I need to go into the cartridge. Need to go into the cartridge right here. Go CTR. So just want to make sure we have everything. CTR duplicate right there. And I'm going to call one of these cartridge bullet. And we're going to call that a bullet. So we're getting everything set up right there. And now what we're going to do is kind of set up all the properties right there. So we're going to go into the edit model right here. And we're going to basically go create new master shader. Because if you click edit on the edit master on a cartridge that we duplicated, it's going to affect the other cartridge. So we want to go create new master shader when we create a new object, and we want to edit it as a different property, which is not going to affect the other duplicated property. This is what we're going to do. Create new master shader right there. And I want to go into view and reveal hidden. And now we're just going to go into here and select that, go invert, and just go delete right there. And now we're going to select this right here. And now we're just going to go out of here and we're going to go into edit, and we're going to go center hot point right there and kind of move this bullet kind of right there. Right in the middle right there. And we're going to place that right about here. Like that. But I want to make that accurate. It doesn't matter how accurate it is, I would say. But yeah, we're going to keep it right about there. Move this in right about here. Because when this thing gets released, this is going to pop out. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm getting all the properties set, all in place. So now since we have that done, we're going to insert basically like a plane right here. And kind of move this right about here. Like that. And now what I'm going to basically do is go into my texture menu. Or go into here and just go into here, I think. And go into Windows or Edit. And convert to other modeler. And we're going to convert that to Vortex modeler right there. Now we're going to go into here and go into Polygon Select Modes. Double click and make sure that all select. And now we're just going to go untriangulate right there. And we're going to actually go add new texture. And we're going to call this like gun flash. And just call that texture. Like that, whatever. So we have that gun flash texture already set. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here, go new master, go into here, go new master shader. Make sure we double click that so that is definitely selected. So we're going to double click that, make sure that's actually selected. We're going to go into color, texture map. Make sure that low texture is on. And now we're just going to go into kind of our flash subway scene. Call M1911 right here. Make sure that that's selected. And now we're going to select this thing right here. And we're going to select the PGN texture like that. And that's already selected like that. So now what we're going to do is kind of like take off like, we're going to go into here and we're going to put on glow. And put on value right here. And this glow value is going to go like that. Around basically around 50%. 50% glow. Like that. And now we're just going to scale that down like that. Kind of like that pretty much. And now we're just going to go into here and just go and rotate. Going to go duplicate right here. But first I'm going to call this Flash 1. Flash 1 I'm going to call this Flash 1 CTRC. We're going to go shift duplicate like, actually that, CTR duplicate. CTR duplicate 3. And we're going to go CTR duplicate 4. And now we're going to go into 2. And we're just going to go into here and just add that right there. Go into 3. And just kind of add that right about there. Like that. Where the flash is facing like that. So once we go into here and render that. But that's not all done. So we're going to do that. And now what we're going to do is go into here and take off cast shadow right here. And receive shadow. Because none of these are going to cast a shadow. And none of these are going to receive a shadow. So you want to take that all off on this. And now we're going to see the huge difference. So it looks like that. And now I'm just going to go into here. Just go into this property right here. How I'm going to do this. Like that. So it looks exactly like that. Kind of like that. So when it fires like that, it goes like that. So now we're just going to take this. We're going to just go CTR group. And we're going to call this Gun Flash. Gun Flash. We want to make sure that glow is on very high. At 100%. But once glow is on, it looks exactly like that. So we have that now done. So now I'm just going to go into here. And now I'm just going to move that right about there. So now let me see how this does. Like that. Like that. So it looks like that. Don't want it too much like that. But yeah, it looks exactly like that pretty much. And I want to make sure that the camera angle is right on this. Like that. So it looks exactly like that. So it looks exactly like that. Go out of camera right here. And now we're just ready to animate this. So now what we're gonna do is we could also animate visibility on here too at the same time. So you can animate kind of like the visibility of this or anything like that. But first of all, I'm just going to go into here, edit master shader. And just kind of call this like a different texture. So this is like the gun flash texture. And I wonder if there's a way you can rename the shader somehow. I think is right here where you can rename the shader. So if we go into here, we can name this shader and we can call this like gun flash. And it's very, very important that you name the shaders right in this area right here. Gun flash. So it's very, very important right here that we name all the shaders. That's considered default. And we just call this silver 1. Silver 1. Silver 2. We call that silver 2. So we can just call this silver 3. Bronze 1. Copper 1. Copper 1. Copper 1. Black silver. Black silver, we're going to call that. So we have all this now selected. So we have all of this selected. So now we're just ready to animate this thing. So now what we're going to be doing in here is kind of going into here. And we have all that selected, so I'm just going to go save as part 1 and just save that like that. Cancel. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. Save as part 4. Cancel that. So I already saved that already. So now what I'm going to basically do is now I'm just going to animate this. So the first thing I'm going to do is going into here. Depending on how this is, I'm going to animate the first trigger on this. So right here, I'm going to animate the gun firing like this. And going into the instance. Trigger switch. And kind of move that like that. Kind of like that. And just kind of bring this right about here. So now we have that done like that. And now I'm just going to go into here and just kind of take this right here. And just kind of move this back right about there. And just take that and just move that right about there. So it goes like that. Like that. And right about here, we're just going to take this. Like that. And just gonna go into here and kind of rotate that. And rotate that. Like that. And just move that right about there. And that fires like that. And that's all we do. And just go into here and as that fires like that, we're actually going to take the bullet right here and move this. And just move that like that. Now we're just going to go into here and move that down like that. And just kind of like going into here. Move that up like that. And just like kind of rotate that. Like that. And like this. And as this goes down like that, we're going to take this bullet and kind of move this like that. Like that, pretty much. And just kind of move that like that. And I'm just going to go into here, modifier. I'm just going to go into general, motion. Bring down the rotation like that. And just fix up kind of some of the rotations right here. 0, 0. And kind of do the exact same thing. Zero, like that. 0. And just go like that. Kind of like that. And that's how you do like a gun firing. So far, that's what you do. And now what I'm going to do right here is going into here and kind of do the gun firing like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here and go into gun flash. So what I'm going to basically do right here is go into here from the very beginning and just go invisible like that, where that's not going to show. But right about here, we're just going to go right about here, we're just going to go visible like that. And that's visible like that pretty much. Actually, I'm just going to go into here. So instead of, I'm going to go into flash right here. The shader right here. And I'm just going to go into here and texture window. And I'm going to go into alpha channel, bring this to 100 value. And bring that down right about there. So as this actually animates, we're going to actually bring this out more right about here. And we're going to bring up the capacity up to 100. So right about here, we're going to bring this down to 100 like that. And then right when it reaches here, we're going to bring this at to 0. And just do the exact same thing with this. and bring that at 100, like that. So when we go into here, it goes like that, like that. So this is what it looks like. If I were to go into here and bring this right about here, this is what it looks like. So now we have to take this and make this a lot more smaller or so. So we're just going to go into this. We're going to bring this right about here. And we're just going to go all for... So I'm just going to select this. And now I'm just going to bring that down right about there. Move that like that. Like that. So now I'm ready. So this is what it looks like so far. We want this to be around 1 second like that. So I'm just going to actually lower that down to half a second like this. And we want basically a couple gunshots. So this is what it looks like. It's because it's going to be very fast. So we're going to have that lowered down like that. And now I'm just going to go into here and select this. And now what I'm going to do right here is kind of going into here. Right here, I think. So when that goes right about there, we're just going to go into the cartridge right there. And now we're just going to rotate that kind of like that. Where that's facing on an angle like that. And now we're just going to take this and move that right about there. So it looks like that. So now we're just going to select this right here. And now we're just going to go CTR. Now we're just going to go Alt right here and just move delete. Delete. And now I'm just going to go CTR right here. And just going to go into here and just delete that. So we have this now animation set right here that we have. So now I'm just going to go fire like that. And it fires automatically like that. And now we want this to be like around 60 frames per second like that. So we're going to bring that back and we're just going to go loop like that. And that's what it looks like. Kind of like that. So 1 second is like 2 shots or so. So that's what we want to try to have right there. Is like around 2 shots. Like that. And now we're going to select this. And now we're just going to go into here and just go Alt Duplicate. And just kind of move that like that. .24 frames per second. 25. 60. And now we're just going to select kind of this right here. And kind of this too as well. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go into here. And we're going to go repeat. And we're going to go repeat right here. And we're going to repeat this around 4. So 2 is basically around 5 shots. Around 4 shots. So 4 times... 4 times... So that's 8 shots. So we're going to keep it that way. 8 shots. I'm just going to go into here and just go Alt Duplicate right here. Alt Duplicate. That's all the shots right there. That's what it looks like so far, I think. Like that, pretty much. Kind of like that. So it looks like that. So now we're going to play the animation. We're going to go very to the beginning. And this is what it looks like. like that. Like that. It automatically fires like that. So that's how you do the gun firing animation right there on Carrara. And that's like a tutorial on how to do a gun firing animation. That's like approximately 40 minutes long. But now I'm just going to go back to the original page. And now what I'm just going to go into here is going to make sure everything is set properly. So let me play that out like that. Like that. And that's how you do the gun firing animation. So let me try to go into bullet, for example. I messed up on the bullet, I think. But this is just like a test, so it doesn't really matter. So now I'm just going to go into here and I'm just going to go into here and like that. And we can just go into the animation too and go into a video editor and edit this while we're done. But that's pretty good. So we have that pretty good right there. And I'm just going to render this as excellent. Actually, I'm going to render this as a movie. And I'm going to render this as AVI. AVI, 60 frames per second. And I'm going to probably put this at, let's say at around 1000 by 700. Like that. And now we're just going to render that. Not around, basically around 980. 980 is good. We're going to keep it that way. So now what I'm going to do right here is make sure I have the right camera set. Make sure that I have AVI set or whatever film you want. Whether it is GIF animation sequence or AVI is what we're going to keep it. AVI is what we're going to keep it. There's different options you can do, but we're just going to keep it. We're going to actually have it at Microsoft Video 1. That's the compression we're going to have it at for this. So when we set this to AVI, we're going to have that at Microsoft Video 1 right there, fully compressed. And now basically I'm going to pause this. And now basically we just render this out basically. So now I'm going to pause this right here. And first, yeah, we're just going to go into here and we're just going to hit render. And as you can see, it's rendering out right now. So I'm going to pause this video right here until the actual render is fully completed. And once the render is fully completed, I'm going to re-record this and show you what is the finished result. And then we're going to bring this back to the video editing software. So now the rendering is all done, so I can definitely show you it. This is what it looks like. Like that. That's what it looks like. So now what we have to do right here is go into here and save this as. And just go into desktop. Gun firing. Gun firing. Cult M 1911 gun firing animation, 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 and we're just going to save that under desktop. So we have that done. So now we can just go into here and just kind of exit out of this. And that's how we do the gun firing animation. So what I should mainly look for is the sound that's going to be used for the gun flash firing. So I'm just going to go into here, sound effects, into here, so I'm going to grab these sound effects right here. And now I'm just going to basically put these sound effects right about here. And now what I'm going to basically do is going into and these sound effects right here, you can get these sound effects right off of YouTube or somewhere else, like actual videos of people firing guns, and then you can take these sound effects and kind of use these sound effects for when you're doing your firing tutorial. You can do that or so. And now we're just going to go into Magic's Wondershare. We're going to go into Wondershare video editor right here and wait till that open up. We're going to open that widescreen. We're going to go import desktop, select that right there, and now we're just going to go into here and kind of like select the firing 2, I think, and we're just going to kind of add that right in there, and just kind of like we're just going to actually make that more larger like that. And just kind of add like the sound effect right there. So let's see this. So just move that right about there. Like that. And just go into here and just go copy paste right there. And we're just going to just add the sound effects that we add right here. And just kind of just like go V right there. And just go V like that. 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 Just go into here, V like that. And just go V. Just go V like that. And we're just going to kind of add like that. Just go V like that. Just go V like that. And just go V like that. And now we could just bring back the animation more like this. So this is what it sounds like. Like that. And now what we could do is kind of like make that a little bit more bigger like that. Like that, and we can do each one of these right here. So now I'm ready. So that's what we have right there. So now what we could just do is kind of go into here and just like export that. And we're just going to export that as like an AVI or something like that. Go into settings. And we're going to call this cult M1911 gun firing tutorial. gun firing animation, gun firing animation. And we're going to basically put that at the most highest level of capacity where the video is as good quality as it possibly can for 30 frames per second, like that. And we're just going to go create right there. And it automatically creates it right away. And that's what we do. We use basically like Magic's Movie Edit Pro to edit and add the sound effects towards this. And that's what it pretty much looks like. So this is what the final product pretty much looks like. Right there. That's the final product. This is what the final product looks like. Like that. That's what the final product actually looks like. So we're done that basically. And I guess this is it with the tutorial. I hope you like this tutorial and I hope you enjoy. And I hope this tutorial helps you out a lot. And thank you for watching this tutorial. Please subscribe. And I'm actually doing this tutorial for somebody that actually commented on me and that actually requested me for doing a gun firing tutorial. So this is the actual tutorial on the gun firing animation. Thank you, goodbye. And this is for this tutorial was done for this person that requested this. And I hope this tutorial really helps you out a lot. And thank you for subscribing and commenting on me. And thank you, goodbye.